Juju is somebody, living somebody.
The people who occupy the world's second largest continent in the world may have many things in common, but perhaps nothing comes as easily noticeable as their culture of greeting. With an estimated population of well over 1 billion people by the 2011 estimates, these Africans proudly go to every and any extent to display empathy, spread love, and demonstrate the rare trait of being their neighbor's keepers by the way they stoop, bend, kneel, genuflect, or indeed prostrate to simply say a greeting. Greeting is entrenched in every culture, no doubt, but whereas it is brusque, impersonal, short, and even standoffish in other cultures, the African type greeting is personal, deep, portrays humility, and is directly relevant to every event or situation.
Mommy, I play ma. Yes, ma. Yes, ma.
Cabo. So did I
do?
Oh, Nissini. Oh, Nissabi.
Yes, ma.
Sentori, Sebosi.
Ben,
so you
Ben.
You more low.
Officially. Yes, ma. Shetty wa jump by.
Motigen.
Kileje.
Amola. Atewedu. Atiwankasi.
Professor Joseph Fayeye, a professor of sociology, tells us more about African type greeting.
Greetings are social relationship between individuals, group of individuals, societies, and a people. It is socially defined because it must involve at least two persons in interaction.
A poet once said, "What is the world if we cannot stand and stare?" That is exactly what the African seems to play out with his greeting. Stand and stare. Forget yourself for a while. Seek the welfare of your friend, relation, or neighbor, and not only that, but even that of their child, their parents, their dependents, his household, her work, their health, and a whole lot of other personal information. See how they greet in Togo.
Nijokumba, which means good evening, my father. Nijokumba, and my father will reply, "Yeah, Apoya," which means, "How are you, my daughter?" I will now reply, "Alafia." Then he will tell me if I should stand up, or if he still have something to tell me, I will still stay in this position and talk to him.
It's like this in Ivory Coast.
If you want to greet in Selfo culture, you have to kneel down, like this, and greet them. They are the one who supposed to tell you to raise up.
When you get to the Republic of Benin, this is how it's done.
Popo chemile mi kwa lelo. Mfon ganji namite. Kwelo gbelo. Ofilo lelo. Ganji. Azomelo. Ndomito ganji. Ndo kode pepe matine. Mika mo e udende mi mo mi fite mi na kambio.
Tolo menye be ebe dije wa so sun lo pole gbon dije wa mo dawo ejebe e ma lo kan mi ogbe asutolo
ye to ganji
aga wo da ne ganji da wo ne ganji mo okay edabo oh.
What about Sierra Leone?
What lampiari? You don't do bende. You don't do panera finoi. As don't do pembo. You don't do muno. You do. Paiti la pamuna son toda beira de pia. Inen to be. Pase mumo tanto pa. No vendera fino okas como do be. Pa se mumo. Oya. Ba pa. Ndende gelanga. So ba ho mobo fit down ene. Ya bi manzi hangu mkamba kama gbashira ba. Pakuru man ba nyesini ni o president Apollo fui. Ko ene. Well,
a thread that runs through all these African greetings is their time-consuming nature, which always actually come in a dialogue or call and response mode. And as for its variety, who can beat the African plurality of greetings, tailor-made for unique occasions? Using the western region of Nigeria, where Yoruba language is spoken, as a case in point, there is such a diverse model of greetings. It is amazing their ability to situate every greeting into a current development. When a child is born, it is Okeowo titun. Ọlọ́run á wò, Ọlọ́run á ṣe ní ọlọ́wọ́ èrò lẹ́yìn. A kò sì ní gbọ́ orúkọ rẹ̀ nínú ọgbà ẹ̀wọ̀n o. To which the addressee enthusiastically responds, ẹ ṣeun, a dúpẹ́, àmín, Ọlọ́run á gbọ́ àdúrà tiyín náà o, ire á kárí. When it is death, it is ẹ kú àṣẹ̀yìndè, a kú ara fẹ́rakù, a kú ìrọ́jú, ọjọ́ á jìnnà síra wọn o, a ò ní fi irú èyí san fúnra wa. At the marketplace, you greet the seller. Ẹ kú ọrọ̀ ajé, ṣé ajé bó bá jẹ, ẹ ó máa ta o. After a celebration, there is a greeting. Ẹ kú àṣekù ọdún, a kú ara yá, ṣé kò rẹra, èyí tó ń bọ̀ yóò ṣojú ẹ̀mí wa o. The list is endless in variety and beautiful in their relevance. That these types of greetings are common to all African peoples is buttressed by this exchange between two people from Ivory Coast. African type greeting reveals a concern for the welfare of others born out of genuine sensitivity, and this has been known to forestall disagreements and possible misunderstanding. But does it not lose this great advantage of deep personal greeting to an argument that it is time wasting?
You just get used to each other. Like when you just say like hi, hello, you become strangers. Even among yourselves, like hi, hello, and you become strangers. You don't really know yourselves anymore, and everybody is just, we're losing the force of unity like the people really are. The Gon people, when you greet normally like good afternoon, good evening, they always go ahead to ask about the family, the children. If they've not seen you for a long time, they say something that I can literally translate to you ask about almost everything.
If I just walk to my brother and I don't spend time, I just say hi, and then I don't have opportunity to ask about the family, it means I have nothing to offer. But the time I have spent with him, he too will have known that without giving him anything, you know that I care. I think that is one good thing about the time we spend with greeting.
I like the African greeting. You show that you are small. You show your appreciation. You used to bend down and show her that you are happy to see them. Because if you do it, say good morning, you go, it's not good.
There are several things in greeting. When you greet, it happens to give you the opportunity in knowing what exactly wrong with your neighbor or with the immediate person you are going to meet. So definitely the Englishman, as they normally say it, they said problem shares is problem solved. So when you greet, you will know much from the other person. So definitely our greetings is the best. We don't greet hi, hello, how are you? How do you want to know about hi? If you say hi, I say hi, you can't know much about me. But like my tradition, my local dialect, where you say Isoma, that's good morning. In Madingo from Sierra Leone, it means good morning. Definitely, you ask again, Tanamasi, how was your night? How is your family? It tells you a lot. Definitely, after explaining this to you a bit, you will know about me. Either you become empathic about me or you become sympathetic. So definitely, that one cannot bring any war.
So very true. A group may have cultural affinity with another, share common language, or even cohabit in the same area. All of that do not guarantee peaceful coexistence. When they do not greet, the stage is set for resentment and possible fisticuffs. But let two people who are total strangers greet each other, and you can be sure of the beginnings of understanding. Even contemporary international diplomacy takes its cue from an appreciation of what fraternal greetings can do.
If the Western world and the developed world could not attach morality to their own greeting, it's just a passing phrase of say hi, hi, hello, hello. It's not like that with us. When you are talking of peace, you are talking of reducing social distance between individuals, making them to see eye to eye, and encouraging them to dialogue with each other. We can achieve all this through greetings. When there are two persons, people who have one thing at stake that they are contesting for, and you want to make peace among themselves, you may even request them to greet each other first, as a way of saying that we are ready to dialogue. We are ready to cease active hostility by bringing greeting to this. And those are part of African diplomacy, that we can bring greetings and ask people who have been fighting each other to embrace each other by dropping their weapon of war.
You cannot get any two people or two groups to understand each other, form an alliance, or work together productively except they are on greeting terms. What is more, where there is greeting, there just might be singing and dancing, especially when royalty is concerned. Where there is greeting, there is conviviality, there is camaraderie, and there is goodwill. Indeed, greeting gives room for a hug and sometimes a kiss, ingredients that are in short supply in the world today. Psychologists and behavioral scientists have often posited that the deeper and more personal a greeting, the better for the promotion of harmony, decorum, and peace. Imagine if all the energy, labor, and years spent on wars, misunderstanding, fighting, and bombings were converted to this so-called time-wasting greetings the African way. There will be much less bloodshed, and the ravages that their aftermath bring will be replaced by smiling faces, happy people, and peaceful society. But before we begin to point fingers, thinking the solution is far afield, you pause and think. Since when did you greet somebody and ask after his or her welfare along with that of their relations? Did you have time to inquire after his family, his work, her health? Has civilization made all that unnecessary? Have you too not joined the rat race then? The earlier the world, nay, you, start appreciating the kindred spirit of the African greeting and begin to apply same to your neighbor, friends, and acquaintances, the better our world would be. So, in recommending this strategic antidote to world peace and societal happiness, let it begin from me. How are you? How is your family? Hope your work is going on smoothly. I hope you hear from the children at school. How is Granny, by the way? When are you going back to the village? Come, let us share a good brew of palm wine before you go. From Nigeria in West Africa, with love and respect, I greet you.
Juju is somebody, living somebody. She has friends and family, and she lives on her own. She's surrounded by people she loves and who love her. But deep down inside is a mountain that she's walking. Nobody knows.